I love it. And just a reminder, it's March 4th today, so we're 10 days away from all this really getting going. Legal tampering period begins March 14th. Free agency, of course, starts on March 16th at 4 Eastern. Let's get to the Browns. You saw some of the conversation around them, and of course, they are going to need a receiver. They picked 13th in April's draft, and last season, the Cleveland wideouts averaged the third highest average target depth to we're going to put a full screen up, but I'm just going to keep reading here, guys. Anyway, there it is. Thank you. They still managed to produce both the second fewest receiving yards and touchdown catches. And the Browns wideouts averaged the NFL's fourth fewest yards of separation on targets, according to NFL Next Gen stats. As you can see, they need some wide receiver help. So, Mina, if the Browns have all the available wide receivers on the board at number 13, which is very realistic, who should they draft?
It is. They're the first team where they obviously need a wide receiver. And I think it's tricky because you're weighing need versus upside when you're picking that high. Need, when you watch them, they need a wide receiver to stretch the field. They need speed. And so you watch the guys like the Ohio State players last night, Wilson and Olave, and you think, no brainer, you take one of them. But then you think about Drake London's upside, man, and like his ability to get open with his route running at that size, his ability to get open when he's not open at that size because of the contested catch ability you're seeing on display here. And there's another reason why I like him the most, and that's this. Every game, you knew the ball was going to him. Yeah. He did not have the benefit of playing. Like, he didn't get to play with Wilson or Olave, and he still averaged 135 yards per game. And so if I'm Cleveland, I am really tempted to make that bet, despite the need for speed.
Yep, I'm disagreeing with Mina.
Okay, let's go.
And this is probably the first time this has happened since I've been doing
it. It never happens. Come on.
She always usually sets me up to disagree with me. But
big fight here.
When I look at Garrett Wilson, the things that he can do, right, the multiple ways that he can be used, the versatility in his route running, to be able to attack inside and outside, to be able to go deep, and also to be a route runner that's adept and making sure he can understand zones and make plays, and then the yards after the catch. I just love Garrett Wilson. I love what he can do, and I think that Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns need a guy that can not only stretch the field, but that can be dependable, that can create separation and give a guy like Baker Mayfield easy throws after you saw some of the accuracy issues last year.
Yeah, I think that's critical, and especially when you're talking about adding a third-level target, which Garrett Wilson is, and he's not like Anthony Schwartz, who they have there already, who has Olympic speed. Garrett Wilson, quite honestly, when I was watching him last night, I'm going, is he some kind of dancer, ballet guy out here? 'Cause the way he was catching the ball along the sideline was just ridiculous, okay? But I think regardless, they need to make sure that they comprise the wide receiver room in such a way that it is transferable regardless of who the quarterback is, because we don't know if it's going to be Baker Mayfield going forward. So they need speed, possession, inside, outside, body types. They need it all. And right now they don't have the speed. They don't have the productive speed, third-level guy who can win. Okay, Anthony Schwartz can run past anybody. He's not in Garrett Wilson's category.
No.
There aren't many people out here who are. So I think regardless of who their quarterback is, they got to comprise it the right way.
I feel like Todd's on my side. Get in here, Todd.
What do you think?
I am a little on your side.
Yes.
Slightly. Here's the thing.
Go.
This is a beautiful problem to have.
Yes.
We're debating over all of these different guys. Like Drake London should be a star in the league. Olave and Garrett Wilson are both big-time playmakers. And you go down the list, there are going to be 6 first-rounders. But beyond that, like Christian Watson, who nobody knows about from North Dakota State. Like if Cleveland doesn't get a guy, if it doesn't fall in their lap, maybe Drake and Garrett are gone by the time they pick. That's a real possibility. So in the second round, there are plenty of guys, too. I just mentioned Sky Moore as well from Western Michigan. There are another 6 or 7 guys that could go in round 2. It reminds me a lot of the class 2 years ago that had 6 first-rounders. Ruggs was the first pick at 13 overall, and then once it started, it was a fast run. There were 8 guys from pick 13 to 34 overall, and that's what it's going to be like this year.
The one thing I would say, though, is even more so than just speed, just taking the top off, I think they need a guy who, once the ball is in his hands, he transfers to being a running back quickly. So even so, if you have a guy like Baker Mayfield,
that's Garrett and Drake.
Exactly. So you got to rip what you want, because look, you may not want him throwing the ball down the field anyway. Just get it out of your hand.
It's also Traylon Burks, right? Like he's a guy that's so versatile. We're not even talking about him at that pick. I don't think that he would be picked higher than those other players, but still, if you're talking about versatility and skill set, he could be. All right.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.